Hi, darling. Well,
Hi.
Shauna asked me to speak today regarding the very basics of SEO. And so, you know, a lot of people get into really in-depth things such as Google Analytics and all of that, but I wanted to take you back from scratch and have you start from the very beginning. So basically, what is SEO? Do you see my screen moving down? There we go. First, let me introduce you. My name is Melinda Jackson. I'm an education specialist trained by eBay. I have an e-commerce podcast, The River, the Ranch, and the Bay. I'm very committed to assisting local eBay seller groups, such as the eBays and Emails in Dallas. And I'm the president of the ECMTA group for Dallas-Fort Worth. And I'm an eBayer, and I'm on eBay Radio, and I love eBay Radio, so all of those things. So for any of you who didn't know, that's me. And what I want to start with is what is SEO? Search engine optimization. I looked it up in Wikipedia, and it's the process of improving your visibility for a website or web page in the search engines via natural, unpaid, or what they call organic search results. As an internet marketing strategy, SEO considers how the search engines work and what people are searching for. Google determines what's relevant, and based on the words that you in, and when you type it in and you hit search, Google has a very complex algorithm that learns from itself and is constantly updating itself as to what results it's going to show you. So what I'm here today to do is to help you show up for what you want to show up for in those organic search results. Basically, it's what I call spider food. Google spiders crawl the web to rebuild Google's index. And what that means is that as we update our web pages, our Facebook pages, Twitter, your MySpace, any site that you have something to do with, even your Google profile, it's updating itself. And the more people that click on it, the higher your page rank. The more people that click on any of these links on any of these pages, the more likely you are to appear higher in those organic search results. One thing really important to do is to be sure and add your website to google.com/add URL. I looked up on Google some ideas how to increase your search relevance and your search results. And these are the recommendations that Google has. And you can go to google.com and look around, and there's all kinds of links that are helpful. These are things that I thought were really important. It tells you basically what kind of words to use, what words not to use, which ones to avoid, which ones Google looks at and considers, and which ones they omit and pass on, go to the next word. So these are clickable links, and I will put this up on SlideShare later this week. So you can stay tuned for that and get more information. But as you read this, it gives you an idea of what not to use and not to worry about as you are preparing what your spider food should be to get organic search results. Places to find more information, and as I was just discussing, I thought this was really helpful information as to what to input. Basically, SEO is what you need to program for, how you need to set up your pages so that when people go to Google and input keywords that you're trying to get them to come to you about, what to use, what not to use. So how can you train these Google spiders to find you instead of someone else, your competition? Really important is to use vital keywords. If you're an eBay seller, use absolutely the most important keywords in your item listing titles, your item descriptions. And so what I want to talk about today is not only as an e-commerce seller, as many of us are, but regardless of what you sell, you may sell on eBay, you may sell on your Yahoo store, you may sell on your eBay Pro store, you may sell yourself. You might be an education specialist such as myself. You might be optimizing your Facebook page as an education specialist to help people find you in Dallas who teaches eBay classes. It's very important to use link text. Link text is Link text is in your, let's say in your listing, you want to put a link in your eBay listing to send them to your eBay store. Your eBay store name is Gallery of Gifts. You don't want your link text to say click here. Click here is nothing that anyone is going to put in the Google search box and hit search for. What they may hit search for is Muffy Vanderbeers or Camille Beckman hand cream. So your link text is the words that you highlight and use to send to a URL. So link text is very, very important, and you want to use important keywords. Google even considers your font size, the color of your font, a change of font color as in relative to the entire page that it's on. Using bold for your link text and italics is really important, because what that does is it says that that link text that you've increased the font size of or changed the colors of or underlined or used bold for is more important, that it's very important and more important than other text on the page. So you're training those Google spiders to say this is more important and to give it a higher relevance value when it goes to consider where to place you in those organic search results. Something to consider too, anywhere that you upload online photos to your Facebook page, to your Google online albums for your products, your YouTube videos, all these on what you call those file names, those photo names, those YouTube videos, what you call those videos is very important, and it's about the captions and the file names, all so important. Your photo descriptions, as you upload to your Google online Picasa albums, your photo names, your photo descriptions need to be really highly relative keywords and very descriptive of what words you want to place high for in Google. Your meta tags, your alt tags of your web pages, your WordPress site. Be sure to use keywords in your meta tags and alt tags. Be sure to never leave those blanks. Never leave them blank. Be sure they're very keyword rich. Even your email signature should have clickable links. When's the last time you updated your email signature? You want to be sure that you keep your email signature up to date and use clickable links, keyword rich in the words that you want to place highly for. This is an example of a screenshot of my store homepage on eBay. You'll see that the listing titles are very highly keyword rich. Some of the things that I sell. See all those photos in the gallery where it says new items listed? All of those photos were uploaded to eBay and to my Google Online Picasa albums, very keyword rich. It doesn't say auction February 2011. It says, Camille Beckman, Tuscan Honey, 6-ounce tube. That's the title of the file name of the photo that I uploaded to eBay and to my Google Picasa album and to my Facebook product page. This is an example of links in an email. A customer bought something from me that was Muffy Happy Birthday item, and I emailed her back and said, hey Michelle, I have more eBay listings in my store. Check out these items that complement what you've already purchased and will help you complete your set. An example here where it says, click here to visit my eBay store. To visit my eBay store, Gallery of Gifts. That is a perfect example of link text. I didn't use just click here as my link text. I used Gallery of Gifts and eBay store and eBay store newsletter. You want to make it real. Those link text is really important. So many times, be sure and don't use eBay's standardized links because it will say, visit my eBay store. Visit my eBay store is something no one will ever put in Google search and click search for. So just something to consider. The link text from Muffy Happy Birthday up here, Lulu Dog Happy Birthday, that takes them to my eBay listing. So as they click that and go to that eBay listing, It's teaching Google that that link is relative to Muffy, Happy Birthday, Lulu, dog, and dressed is a factory dressed dog versus an outfit. So those are keywords that someone who collects Muffy would definitely type in the search box and hit search for, which is going to assist me in my organic search results for Google. This is a perfect example of an email signature. You want to be sure that it includes everything that you want to be relevant for. Do you want to be relevant for your e-commerce podcast, your meetup group on meetup.com, your e-commerce podcast on TalkShoe, your eBay store, your Facebook? All of the links need to be relevant to that text. And these links are really important, especially as we just celebrated the new year. It's 2011. It's one of the things that you definitely want to keep up to date as you go into the new year. Never leave that information static or let it get old, because Google wants to know that you've updated that information on a regular basis. The more regularly you update your links, your profiles, your eBay keywords, your Facebook keywords, your photos, the more relevant you remain with eBay and with Google, because Google is constantly crawling the internet. Google spiders are out there. They are crawling the web, and the more you remain relevant as you keep that information updated. The older that data is, the older those pages are without updates, Google will demote you in organic search results because it figures that that information must be old because it hasn't been updated lately. This is an example of my profile on e-commerce merchants on meetup.com. I noticed this is an older screenshot. You can see where my introduction, there was not an introduction in my Meetup profile, or what items did I sell, or what venues did I sell on. So this is a perfect example of how you want to check your online profiles on the various sites, Meetup and Facebook and all of those. You want to be sure that you've optimized and updated this information so that you feed those Google spiders. I noticed when I did the screenshot for an older presentation last year that I had all of these fields, my intro, what items did I sell, and venues. I hadn't updated that. So it's a perfect example of how you should go and check your profiles, your Meetup profile, your Facebook profile, even your eBay About Me page. When's the last time you updated that? Make it keyword rich. Be sure it's relevant for current items that you want to be optimized for. It's all very important. Your Twitter page should be kept up to date. When's the last time you updated your profile? Does your Twitter bio description really clearly tell Google what you want to be referenced for, what you want to be named for and found in search for? Your LinkedIn profile. You know, so many times we go to websites such as LinkedIn, we create a profile, we make a few friends and a few connections, and we never go back to it. You know, be sure, is your profile photo outdated? Have you mentioned your links? Where do you sell? What do you sell? I mean, if you sell education, if you're like Shauna and you sell education and consultations, does your LinkedIn and Facebook profiles clearly define that? When is the last time you updated your background? How does it represent you? Does it really let people know where to currently find you? These are all of things that you need to take a look at to remain relevant to Google for search results. This is a perfect example of how on my Galleria Gifts Twitter page, my website is my eBay store. You know, at some point maybe I want to send my website to be my Google profile page. You want to be sure that that link is kept up to date as to where you want to be found. This is my RRB radio page, which takes you to the RRB radio website for my e-commerce podcast. This is an example of one of my eBay listings. This is a perfect example how in the title I have Texas, I have Lone Star, I have Western, purse, handbag, wallet, anything that anybody would type in the search box of Google to find my item, I have listed in the item title of this listing. It's really important. While I may always call it a purse, other people may call it a handbag or just a bag or a hobo or Western or Texas. All of the keywords I could fit in that line I have used so that someone searching Google for a Texas purse, the more chances it would show up high in organic search results for that buyer to search on Google and find my items. All of my names, the file names that I used when I uploaded these photos to my eBay listing said Texas-purse-blue and red / handbag. All of these words are in my title of the file photo that I uploaded. Those are really important because a lot of times people may go to Google and then click on images and then do a search when they're looking for purses. And the way Google finds that image is because you uploaded that image with a file name that was keyword rich. Separate those by dashes. All of these words I would have used in the title, purse, Texas, and handbag. Separate those words with dashes. They're a little more SEO friendly than underscores, but underscores are okay to use. And that's how Google is going to present you in search results. This is an example of titles that should also be keyword rich. Another example of more photos I listed. Here's an example of later in that listing where I have used link text, Galleria GIFs. In newer listings that I have listed, I said if you'd like to find more Texas handbags, I would send a link to send you to that store category in my store that would say all the handbags that had any Texas motif on them. Here's an example how in the search results of eBay, you want to search on eBay and see what other people are using for the titles in their purse. And you want to use ones that would help you to show up on that same Google search. Here's an example of other eBay listings with similar keywords, and this is where I place on that search page for Texas purse. This is an example of a Google search I did for Texas handbags. So what this tells me is what websites are showing up high in organic search results. Now, if you'll notice here in the pink section, these are sponsored results. These are results, these are .coms that paid Google for AdWords to appear. Oops. They paid Google to appear here in the pink. Now this right here, Texas leather manufacturing and Texas purses flag, and these 5 results are organic search results. In other words, they optimize their search engine optimization, their photo file names, their meta tags, their item descriptions, their file names to appear for Texas handbags. Oops, I'm telling you, this is my cursor on this new laptop has gone totally crazy. I apologize for that. Let me go, and we'll have to find that page again. But basically on that organic search results page, you see what your competition is and where you want to show up. Now, a really great tool for determining how and why these .coms, Texas Leather and the Trading Post of Texas, showed up. Why did they show up so high in organic search for those words, Texas handbags? A great tool to use, and I'm going to have to go online for that. Let's see if I posted that. Okay. I went to websitegrader.com. WebsiteGrader.com is a great tool to figure out why Texas Trading Post of Texas, the TradingPostOfTexas.com, and TexasLeather.com have such high search results organically in Google. So I ran these two websites through WebsiteGrader.com. WebsiteGrader gave the TradingPostOfTexas.com a grade of 91. Even TexasLeather.com has a grade of 42, but it still appeared as the top sites organically for Texas handbags. So if you go to WebsiteGrader.com and you go down the page, you'll see that their page title and their meta description is why they so highly appeared on organic search results for Texas handbags. This is the what showed up in text on the WebsiteGrader.com. If you'll notice here, it tells you that there were images found. But out of the 42 images that are indexed, 32 of those images don't have alt text. So on their website, it clearly says, I have left the alt text, which is the descriptive text on the web page that that photo appears in on that website, that .com, is blank. So what it says is, you got a good grade, and here's why, but here are places you can improve your .com, and that is to fill out, if you'll see here where it says alt text, see details, you can click there on the live site for details, but that you've left the alt text blank. So it's really important that as you load these photos onto your website, your .coms, your Facebook, that the file names and the alt text are very descriptive. So don't be in a hurry when you're uploading those photos, because it's so important as to your SEO and search engine results. That's what it's all about, is are you going to show up? A lot of things you want to do as an e-commerce seller is have your store name be keyword rich. Your eBay user ID, does it reflect what you sell? Or at least that it markets your brand name. Mine, of course, is Gallery of Gifts, but whatever you're selling. Even your email address can be keyword rich. It's important that you're marketing your brand name, or that you're marketing whatever keywords you want to appear high in search for. This is an example of a seller who sells on eBay. Her name is Value Savvy, a good friend of mine, Molly. And you'll see if you type in Value Savvy in Google, she appears so high in organic search results. And that just below her name, which is her eBay My World page and her MySpace page, are her listings. Oops, I'm telling you, my cursor has gone crazy. So it's an example of that's where you want to appear. You want to appear number one. So you can see here that her eBay listings, her My World page, are keyword rich for her username. Here's an example of Gallery of Gifts and me placing first in Muffy Vanderbeer and Gallery of Gifts and ARC Books. It's organic results on Google that says that my listings have been, I've used proper search engine optimization techniques to appear high in organic search results. And these are not, I didn't pay to be here. I SEO optimized to be here. My store name, that is the top one is a listing, is my store. It's actually not, if you click on that link, it takes you to the USA site, not the Canada site. And the fourth one right here is one of my listings. And the fifth one is the my world page, my member page, Gallery of Gifts on eBay. So what you want to, what's really important to do is not only to do these techniques, but before you go and you optimize your listings and you optimize your Facebook pages to be more SEO friendly, you want to be sure that you go to Google and you do just as I've done here. Type in what you want to be known for. This is my username, but maybe you want to be well known for Muffy, and take screenshots of the organic search results and the Google results so that you have a starting point. It's really important. This screenshot isn't just important to show me where I showed up, but I took this screenshot prior to making some really good keyword-rich SEO changes to my listings, to my eBay profile, my Facebook profile, so that after I implemented these SEO changes, that I can go back to Google and do a search for Muffy or for Galleria gifts and then see if I place more highly in search results. So it's really important to point out here that you have to mark where you started from. So before you go and make SEO changes, you got to mark where you came from, where you started from. Where is Google placing you now? Then go to your website and to your eBay store page and your listings page and make it more SEO friendly, optimized for higher Google search results. And then, after some time has passed and you've added more listings that are more keyword rich, you've updated and made Facebook posts, and you've tweeted with some links to some eBay listings, then you go and see what your Google search results are for what you want to be known for, and then you take screenshots of those results so that you can see where you came from and where you're going. Does that make sense? One of the things you can do to increase your spider feed on eBay is to write reviews and guides. A great way to increase your spider feed for your eBay listings is to start a blog. You can do that at Blogspot. You can do that as a WordPress blog. WordPress blogs are really simple to do. Start a blog. Be keyword rich about what you want to be known for. Include direct links to your listings, and be sure that that link text is keyword rich as to the items you want to be known for, such as that purse I showed you earlier in my shots, the Texas handbag. Be sure that that's the link text in your blog that takes you to the URL of your eBay page, of that store listing, so that link text is keyword rich and SEO friendly. You want to be sure on eBay and create an About Me page that's keyword rich. It accurately describes what you sell and has links to your listings, links to category pages that are key. As I said, everything has to be keyword rich. Be sure that the photos you uploaded to your About Me page, let's say you update your profile photo. Be sure that, for me, for my example, would be Melinda-Jackson-Galleria gifts. That is alt text and file name food, spider food for Google to find that photo of you if anyone wants to search for you on Google and have your photo show up. You can't say profile photo February 2011 and assume that Google's going to have an ending result for Melinda Jackson photo and have it show up. You have to train those Google spiders what you want, what results you want to be known for. So, for every photo that you upload, be it a profile photo, a listing photo, an item photo, a category photo even, be sure that it's keyword rich and it tells Google what it's relevant to. Your My World page on eBay. There's actually places on your My World page where you can elaborate on your bio and about you, what you collect, what your hobbies are. All of this is great spider food. Your MySpace page, your Facebook page. You can optimize all of that with great spider food, directing them to your eBay listings or to your eBay education specialist page where you want to let people know that you teach classes. So you have to be sure for everything that you do online, every page you create, every listing, every profile, that you create those pages with intention. You link with intention, You use file names with intention because you're training those Google spiders what you want to be known for. What would anyone key in Google to get that result? So it's really important. This is an example of what spider food I have put, and you have a limited amount of characters in the description of my Facebook About Me. So these are all the things, these are all the keywords, all the URLs, the Twitter IDs, and the words that I felt were really important, and that was to train the Google spiders what I would be found for, why I should appear in organic search results for those words: Dallas, eBay Group, Galleria Gifts, e-commerce merchants, eBay, RRB Radio. Everything you do and every photo you upload is training Google how and where and why you should show up in their search results. So at this time, I would like to open it up for a few questions. Here is a summary page of so many things that you need to use with intention as kind of a review for all the things that you would use and you're training the Google spiders, and these are perfect places that those spider words, everything you use is so important. And it's the basics of SEO. Shauna, are you with me? Are you joining me? Where have you gone, darling?
I am right here. I am loving the education. Absolutely loving the. Oh, excuse me. I'm loving the education. I know. I was like, what's going on here? Can I just share a quick question? A quick
please
story.
Do.
Well, first of all, Brenda, well, remember when you were coming up, Brenda was saying, where do I find it? Where do I find it?
Yes.
She donated, and now we have 4 more books for the scholarship fund. And then right after that, there was one of the ladies over on the group page had said that her husband had lost her job and wanted to know if they could be placed on the scholarship fund. So yes, absolutely, because that's who it started for. And Brenda, thank you. That's the type of person that you're helping to help. So I just want to say thank you to all of you. You guys are rocking. You guys rock. You guys are amazing, and thank you for giving back. And then one day, you know what? She's going to help, and she's going to turn around, and she's going to give it right back too, just like we are doing here today. So I just wanted to share that. I thought that was absolutely lovely, and I just loved that. And okay.
You know, Shauna, I can't tell you how honored I am to know you. And thank you so much for offering these webinars for free so that we have a chance to give back for all that you do.
Oh, thank you.
I think you're awesome.
I'm going to try to do the Oprah movement, you know, where we pay it forward. That's right, pay it forward.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things I didn't say in my presentation above, when you're comparing your website, your e-commerce site or your e-commerce education site or whatever to your competition, what you want to do is you want to take that competition's URL and put it in websitegrader.com, and you'll see why they're appearing higher in search results than you may be. And you can use Website Grader to grade your competition and see where you're falling short.
Good.
That's probably one of the best tips I can give.
And find out what's going on. Now, I think there was a little bit of I'm not sure if it was a confusion or maybe just some clarification, but photos, do you add this links words when we save them to your computer too with rich words?
I do. I absolutely do, because generally, and here's why you want to be sure and save them that way on your computer intentionally with dashes, keyword rich, is because generally, when you're going to upload that photo to eBay, for example, you go to your computer and you just click upload. You don't rename the file. So it actually is, you might as well train yourself right from the beginning when you take a photo and you edit it and you save it to your computer, save it keyword rich with dashes, use as many characters as you can, and make them, all in lowercase, separated by dashes, because, a lot of times you don't rename it when you upload it. Are you with me?
Yes, absolutely.
You're on the sell your item form on eBay, and it says browse, and you browse from your computer. It uploads it based on that file name. You click on it, and it uploads from the name as you have it saved on your computer. So quite frankly, yes, absolutely save it HTML, SEO friendly on your own computer, because you're going to upload from there directly to whatever site you're updating.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Can you do me a favor though? I want to show some people a little trick that I've learned along the way that might be extremely helpful. Can you go back to the 2008 purse picture?
Okay.
I'm hoping that this will help because I see this often and I try to help target, and I want to show, yes, perfect. Okay, so when you sell these items, let's say that you do have more than one, and maybe you're putting in maybe different auctions in eBay, and maybe they are for same product or extremely similar type of product, and where you're trying to say maybe you've got the Texas Lone Star Western purse. So here's a little tip for you. If you take Texas Lone Star Western purse and wallet and cut it off at that, and then you take your next listing, and this is also, it's harder to do with products, and you have to use your canonical, we'll go into that another time with products, but anyway, and then you take it and you say Texas Lone Star Western handbag and wallet. What you're going to do is you're going to create 100% focus, 100% relevancy for people who are specifically looking up those terms. So if you think about it, if somebody's looking up Texas Lone Star blank and you've got 3 keywords in there, you've only got 33% relevancy. You've got 33% relevancy for purse. You've got 33% relevancy for handbag. You've got 33% relevancy for bag. But if you were to create 3 different items and you made sure that the content was all about the purse or the handbag or the bag, now you'd have 100% relevancy. And if I'm your customer and I'm on eBay and I'm looking for a purse, I don't want a handbag, I want a purse, are you going to show me the one that's 33% relevant or the one that's 100% relevant? I'm your customer. So that's kind of how you can do it, and if it's not the same item but you can kind of change it, do you know what I'm saying? Or how you can target different people. This is what I'm talking about when you're making these pages, and I hope that makes sense. I mean, I do see eBay doesn't let you list the same item more than once, but you know what I'm trying to say here, right, Melinda?
Absolutely, absolutely. Very great point.
And this has changed because in 2008 that was like the perfect way to do it, and now you see a lot of people do it, and sometimes that is the right way to do it. But when you can get away with doing that 100% relevancy, oh man, it is really great when you can do that and kick it up just a notch. Because sometimes what you'll see is maybe Melinda, she's doing really, really great on this, and she's selling products like mad, but she seems to notice that Kat is selling the exact same thing, and she keeps noticing that Kat just seems to be like above her all the time. And she doesn't understand why. She's done all the research. They seem to have the same links. Everything seems to be the same. But maybe Kat's taking that extra step. That could be the difference between number 1 and number 2. So anyway.
And also what the pictures were called.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, the littlest things. And here's the thing, they all add up. Because what Google Spider's going to crawl this entire listing, and they're going to say, okay, the title looks good, and it's got all these words. And the file name of those photos has all of these words. And in the listing description, it has all of these words. And Google determines the relevancy based and shows the results based on what it thinks you're trying to look for.
Exactly. But don't forget, don't start going crazy on your images and then you're using the manufacturer's description.
Exactly.
It's a waste of time. It's like you said, I'm going to go run 10 miles tomorrow and I can't even run across the street. You know, you're setting yourself up for failure. I mean, that is exactly what you're doing. And you have to start with your product descriptions. You have to start there. I'm sorry, I know you don't want to hear that, but you have to. You have to start off with that. And I don't think I know we hate that, don't we? Don't we? We hate coming up with that.
Oh, we like to cheat and use copy and paste, but quite frankly, it's absolutely hurting your business.
Absolutely. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I have a lovely, 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 lovely gift. And here's what I'm going to do. I am going to create a retweet message, and we're going to create one retweet, please. One retweet, so that way we make this very fair and we don't like get in trouble for Twitter spam. But JLM Jeff has got this really great prize, and we're going to do this during Melinda's hour because then everybody's going to go, wow, did you see that?
I love Melinda?
It. Okay. All right. So, all right, here's what we're going to do. All right, so I'm getting the information now. By the way, Mom, help me with other questions while I get this together.
Okay, no problem at all. Let's see, because I know we had some.
I didn't know if I got them or
not. I can find where they are.
I did. There are some questions about HubSpot and you know, the information there or using it. Can you go a little bit more into what you're using that for specifically?
Well, basically, what I use it for mostly is to figure out how my competition, how and why my competition is appearing higher in search results than I am. So let me see if I can go here. Let's go to websitegrader.com. And I think one of the URLs I put in was, let's see, one was Texas Leather. So you type in the URL and you click enter, and it'll also email you. You can see there where it says if you put in your email, it'll email you monthly updates on that website grade, which is really interesting. So just a little side note, but it'll tell you why TexasLeather.com is appearing highly for Texas Purse.
Love it.
And actually, they got a terrible grade, but what I'm going to show you is all the things it'll tell you about your website that maybe you weren't aware of.
You know,
it'll let you know how good your SEO is. the grade out of 100 is a 47, so clearly there's a lot of things they're not doing well. So is my screen, is this showing up on the webinar screen?
Yeah, it is.
So blog analysis, there was no blog that correlated with this .com. There's no recent blog articles. Those are the number of indexed pages, readability level. No meta description for the website. Your meta description is the description that pops up when you click on the URL and you wave your mouse down here. The meta description is what shows up right up here on this line up here. So meta descriptions are really important. They can complement keywords that your URL may already have in its title. Really, really vital to that grade of a 47. If she had meta description there for her website, she would, I think, already be improved at least by 10 points. Only one image found, no alt text for the image. It gives you information about these are things that will also increase your website grade, and that is the length of time that your URL has to expire and how long you've had it. It says there's not a permanent redirect found. It gives you all the things that you can do to improve your website or your page to increase your and get better results for the words you want to be appearing for. It says there's no Twitter there's no Twitter ID associated with your URL. So as you see, I'm scrolling down. These are all the things that you can do to improve your site.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Take your site and your competition site and figure out why they're appearing better, or figure out what you're doing right, and keep on doing it, baby.
Keep on doing it. That's right. Okay, I'm putting out a message here. Retweet once to win, and then I'm going to tell you what it is and what it does. And by the way, don't ever get caught up in these numbers. Don't ever get caught up in anybody's numbers. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to update it. Just do it once. I'm going to do random.org to put it in there. All right, so basically here it is. He's got this really great studio quality voice telephone recorder that he is giving away, and one of you are going to win it. But here's the key. Rob Snell, who always talks about recording unique content, says, you know what? Have somebody where you are talking to each other, or talk to your best friend and talk about the product that you sell. Because what happens is that when I talk to my mom about something, I'm going to talk about it totally differently. And when we talk about it like we're talking to our best friend, when we're talking about our products like we're talking to our best friend, it becomes that unique content. It becomes that unique content that we desperately need to make our websites better, to rank better in the search engines. So carry this little recorder with you. And when you get the inspiration, you know, go up to your mom, go up to your dad, go up to your wife, go up to your son, and go, by the way, did you know I sell this product? Let me tell you how cool it is. Record yourself. Now you've got unique content. Now here's another great part. If you don't have time to turn that into unique content, you don't have time to change that up and put that up on your website, then here's what you do. Now you take that and you hire a college kid who wants to work for cheap and who will get it done on their schedule, and you just say, look, I need it done by this particular time. Okay, great. They're going to do it. They're going to get it done the right way, you know, and you're helping a good cause. There's also single mothers, single fathers around you that desperately need work. There's people out of business. There's people needing help all around you that will gladly type up anything you have and turn it into great content if you just take this little handy recorder around and use it. That's all you got to do.
Great idea.
That's all you got to do. So, lady, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I appreciate you so much.
I appreciate you. I love you, and I love what you're doing. And tell everybody when your radio show is.
My radio show is Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at rrbradio.com, and the replays are available on that URL as well. There's a write-up of every show. I have had awesome guests such as John Colderice Lawson, who I believe is our next presenter. He's been on many a time on RRB. So go to rrbradio.com. Wednesdays, 8 p.m. or 24/7 for archive play. And thanks so much, Shauna.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I will let you guys know via the Twitter message who got that. I think it's a great little, I think it's great, and I think that it's definitely going to help you.